Good morning. So basically what we're going to do today is talk about golf. So welcome to Mr. McCarthy's grade 10 phys ed class. So as you know that we'll be heading to the driving range this week. So I wanted to give a little video first so that you know basically what's expected and the fundamentals of swinging a golf club before you go out on the range so we can maximize our time there. So if you look at this first video that I'm going to be highlighting, what we're going to look at is a couple of things. So I want to talk about alignment. I want to talk about building a stance. I want to talk about proper body mechanics. And then one of the last things we'll talk about is keeping your eye on the ball. So if we look here, I'm going to play this video through once. Okay. And then I'm going to show you guys a video here. So it doesn't look like too much of a difference. I'm going to show it one more time. See if you notice any differences between the two videos. Apart from one part being in slow motion, the other not. There's one, and here's number two. So there's actually a couple of key differences, and I'll start with this video that we're on right now, the one that's in slow motion all the way through. So the first part being the stance. Now if you look, the stance is a little different from the stance in this one. And these are much more bent in the second video versus this video right here. Body posture over top of the ball. If you look at the back here, it's not as straight as I would like it to be versus here, a little more upright. Okay. Eye on the ball, very good aspect in both of these. I want to make sure that we're focused on the ball so we don't miss our target. And then if we just look a little bit further, as we're going, again, putting a lot of load into that back right leg to the point that the foot almost comes up off the ground in the front part. As we come through, it's almost like a baseball style swing. And if you look right here, I'm going to close that down. You can see that the club head actually opens up and opens to the right. So if you look here, look at the alignment, it's not flush. So that would actually create a mishit, pushing the ball out to the right a little bit. And then as we continue watching, what happens here, look how much, because we lifted that front foot in our initial part of the swing, you can see that our stance is not built properly, and we actually rock out of our stance, which of course is not very good. So if we watch this one, we'll watch it in full time again, just to remind us. So foot stays on the ground this time, and the stance is much more sturdy. So let's watch it again in slow motion this time, basically. So address the ball, eyes on the ball, stance. Look at the load on this leg is a lot less, more evenly distributed weight as we bring it back. And then we turn the pelvis, the hips rotate out well before the ball. But if we look at the ball at address, right here, it's actually completely flush, as opposed to the other video where it was almost like on an angle like that. This one's almost completely flat. And as we go through the ball, it's a lot much more of a straighter drive than the one other. So first point of topic, you have to have a strong base. You want to be at least shoulder width apart. Not too much load on your back leg, but you will have to put a little bit of weight on it as you swing through. And then right here, nice straight left leg. That's why this drive is so much better than the other one. You have a completely straight left leg, off camber body, which means that your alignment is not straight up and down, you're actually off line a bit. So if we look here, it's a lot different. Look how much is almost pointed that way as opposed to straight up and down in this video. So with the shoulders as opposed to kind of off like that, it's almost straight up and down. So basically one of the issues that we ran into here is just not having a good base right at the start. Okay. Other than that, arms, one of the biggest things for this, to hit the center of the face of the club, which will provide you with the maximum distance and hitting the so-called sweet spot on the club, is to really pull the ball or the club outwards. So envision that you're trying to pull the club head back towards the camera as much as possible, and then it comes around and completely swings through hard as possible, and then just like that. Same with this one too. Actually, this one wasn't as effective as the other one. So pulling it back towards the camera and swing through the ball. Just like that. So one of the other issues we can see is you kind of hit the turf a little too early on that one. So hit the turf, it opened up the club head just a little bit and then affected the ball flight. And then one of the biggest things for us to have as a golfer is where our line of sight is. So you can see right at address, this one is looking at the ball, right? And then it's just head down, looking at the ball the entire time. Still looking, I'm going to pause it here. Exactly halfway through the swing, still looking exactly at the ball. And then it isn't until after the contact with the ball that the head comes up and follows along. So let's look at that one. Look at this one too. Okay, so we're still looking. Put my mouse right over top of the ball. Look at where the head's looking. Head's looking still at the ball, still at the ball, still at the ball. And then this is where you start still looking at it. And then now it comes up once it's well off the tee. So we went over building up a good stance, having good posture, right? So we want load on the back leg and then finishing with a straight left leg, as you can see right there. Nice straight left leg, right? Eyes and hips pointing towards our target, and then eventually it should finish with our elbow right here, pointing downrange, and it should be a straight line towards your target. So that was a really good drive, and all of the foundations, the mechanics of this one are perfect for a good long straight drive. So watch it in real time one more time. Perfect. So I hope that this gives you guys a good instruction to start with golf, and I hope we're gonna have a fun week, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun when we're out on the course on Friday.